presenting radio's foremost laboratory of new writing and production techniques, the Columbia Workshop. Today, approximately 1 year after the death of President Roosevelt, the Workshop looks back to the speech he wrote, but never delivered. A cantata with music by Lou Cooper, conducted by Alexander Semler. The text by Carl Carmer, with quotations from Stephen Vincent Benet. Produced and directed by Albert Ward. A cantata entitled The Last Speech.
This is a good place to remember him. He used to say, "No better stand of pine along the river." This is a good place to remember him, while the sun of afternoon sifts through the branches, and the smell of April is in the air. They brought him through the towns, through the gray streets, and those he loved were grieving. Voice answered voice until the sprawling cities were troubled hives of sound. Now let the silence, the amber quiet of these sun-stained trees have its say. There is no grieving here, only the sure knowledge of continuing. This is a good place to remember him.
And his last speech was on the day when we read the speech he did not say.
He wrote the speech in his own hot blood. He weighed each word and found it good.
What words were there? Who wrote them?
A country squire from Hyde Park, who never failed the people,
And whom the people won't fail.
You say the speech was written, but he never spoke it? Why?
A proclamation dated the next day. From us has been taken the immortal spirit of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 31st President of the United States. The peoples of the earth who love the ways of freedom and hope will mourn him.
Why
When the people lost their president, their grief was for a friend whose warm voice had spoken to each of them. And would never speak to them again. It was their turn to speak. We remember FDR. We remember the bitter faces of the apple sellers and their red, cracked hands.
Say, Bud, how about buying an apple?
Sure, fella, if you'll lend me a nickel.
We remember the cold, gray wind of 32 when the job stopped.
Sorry, nothing this week. Leave your address.
My address? I have no address.
And the bank stopped, and the merry-go-round broke down.
Funny. Never had 2 cars in my garage.
And finally, everything seemed to stop. The whole big works of America bogged down with creeping panic. And nobody knew how to fix it, while the wise guys sold the country short. Till one man said, and we listened. The one thing we have to fear is fear itself. Well, it's a long while since then, and the wise guys may not remember. But we do, FDR.
We remember some other things.
We remember the home saved.
And the crop saved.
And the courage put back in men's faces.
We remember you said from the start, I don't expect to make a hit every time I come to bat. And sometimes you struck out, and we knew it. But we know the batting average, too. It is written in our lives, in our kids, growing up with a chance. It is written in the faces of the old folks who don't have to go to a poorhouse. It is written in the earth of the Tennessee Valley, the contour plowing that saves the dust-stricken land, and the lights coming on for the first time on lonely farms. We remember you were a big guy pitching with America in your heart, who knew the tides and ways of the people, as Abe Lincoln knew the wind on the prairies, and who never once stopped believing in them. A slow, tenacious memory of the people, somehow holding on to the Lincolns, no matter who. The final words. Let us move forward with strong and active faith. And he called this faith the 4 freedoms. True individual freedom cannot exist without economic security.
Like a guiding star, said FDR. For greater heights, let's set our sights on an economic bill of rights.
Human rights? Seems I've heard about those before, but maybe not.
Like the right of freedom from want.
Like the right of freedom from fear.
Like the right to feel like an equal. Secure from year to year.
Said FDR, like a guiding star. Like a guiding
He talked a lot about a government with soul and about the little simple joys in life.
These little things are mighty.
The little things are dear.
It's the little things we like to go out Saturday